Alright guys, let's go ahead and do a bonus for Capricorn. Happy birthday guys. Thank you for being here with me. I'm going to talk about a vision, and then I want to talk about what I think is occurring here. It's kind of a bit siren-y, like there's siren energy to it. Strong feminine energy here. So if you want, you can close your eyes and see if you can like picture this with me, but you don't have to. So there is this woman, okay, and she's going outside to retrieve something. I don't know what she's going outside to retrieve. I can't really tell. I don't know if she's going to the porch to get something off of it, or the back porch, or she's going to the mailbox, or if she's going to get something out of the yard, out of her vehicle, I don't know, it's something somewhere. She's going outside to get something, but she isn't in any hurry. She's walking very slowly, very slowly. There are no stars and there is no moon in sight. This is nighttime. Nothing. It's pretty dark. It's kind of dark, right? So she's going out there alone, walking slowly, like really, really, really slowly, okay? And her steps are so careful. Like she's even stepping very carefully. It's not just that she's walking slowly, but very carefully. Almost like strides, like real careful strides. Like if you were to be walking a horse along, you know, just ever so calmly, and you can hear their horseshoes, like it's like she has heels on. Maybe she has heels on, maybe she doesn't, maybe it's symbolic for something else, but her presence is known if anyone is around. But she doesn't really know if anyone is. She's not out there looking for that. She's out there for something specific. It's like she's like this. She at least moves like a siren. She doesn't move like a human, although she is. She's moving very differently than, you know, most people move. She's different. She's very different. I can't tell what she's thinking. I can't tell what mood she's in. She almost just seems to be kind of experiencing. She seems to be there. Not in a hurry, not worried, not thinking, open. She may even really like the nighttime because she seems to be extremely comfortable in it. Like she's very comfortable in the darkness. She doesn't seem scared at all. And there's not really many lights surrounding her. So I don't think she's got any fear. She's not worried about the fact that she's out there alone. I don't think she's out there long. She's just out there, you know? Well, she hears like this faintest sound in the distance, but not really super far away. It's not far away. It almost feels like the wind kind of brought the sound to her, but it doesn't seem to have come from like really far away. But it's not right beside her, able to touch her. It's carried on the wind, this noise, this sequence of noises. And what are the noises? They kind of resemble if you were to lightly call your pet. You know what I mean? Like lightly call an animal, but maybe where it was almost a whisper, like, or it just felt like a call. Like it's kind of hard to describe that now, but like if you were calling your pet, but instead of usually when we call our pets, we do it loudly. You know, like, hey, get over here, come here, let's go inside. You know, usually we're loud about it. This was something that was almost. The thing is, when she heard it, she didn't address the sound. She took note of it in here, but she didn't react. She didn't look up. I think she had her eyes closed, actually. It's like she had her eyes closed and was just kind of like, almost like feeling the weather, like just kind of chilling for a minute. She wasn't out there long, I'm telling you, like picture this with me, right? And she hears this song, or this song. It's like a song because it's clear to her. I mean, she can tell as soon as she hears it that she's being summoned in a way by something, and it's not nothing that's not there. It is something that's there, but it's just sitting there without a light on, so you can't see it. It being another person. It's somebody's basically trying to call her, but make it inconspicuous to where almost she'll look up. She'll look around. She'll look and squint to see what came. Where did that come from? What's in the darkness over there? There has to be something. Should I get closer to see? And then more could be done. But she doesn't look up. She doesn't react. She almost seems to not have heard it, but she heard it. She heard every bit of it. She stays outside a bit longer. This is probably all happening within a matter of 2 minutes, 3 minutes, if that. And she starts there. She goes again, like walking back in and going slow, very, very slow, almost slower this time than she did when she was going in. Still is not looking up. Not even seeming fazed by anything. And then she goes inside. Something or someone has been trying to summon a person's energy. Trying to pull the person towards them to get their attention. This is an individual doing this. They're doing it discreetly, though. Somebody's been doing something discreetly. I know this is not going to be everybody's message, but that's what I'm getting. Somebody's doing something very discreetly. Why? I'm not sure. But that's what it is. And she's almost... like... whoever this is almost like energetically scoffing at it. Like... is that the best you have? Is that the best you could do? You gonna meow at me next? I'm not gonna acknowledge that shit. You know, and it's not, this isn't a stuck up type individual or energy. It's just someone who's like, I speak to my pets that way. What are you trying to do? No. I think this is just somebody who's not going to take less than they're looking for or want. Otherwise, there's no point, you know? It's like just a sound alone can let this siren energy know if they're even going to be interested, and they're not. They don't even care what was off in the distance in the darkness. They don't care what was trying to make the sound and get the attention of her. They don't care. Because the approach was almost so... it's just not the way that she would like to be approached. So, I heard a phrase. Not a phrase, but almost like something she was saying, right? I heard it clearly and I wrote it down. You're going to have to do better than that. Or, make your tongue useless, as I hear not your discreet hymns of desire. Which is also an admission that she does hear it, but she's unfazed. She doesn't care. She's literally saying, your tongue is basically useless to call me that way. She almost feels disrespected a little bit. Not so much, but kind of, a little bit. If you want me, do something about it. If you don't, cast your eyes in another direction. Listen, I don't know who this is for. I'll tell you this. I wasn't gonna say this, but I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. Whoever this is, I'm going to give confirmation now by saying the name Lilith. So if that resonates with you and you know what I'm talking about, there you go. So now I want to get into what I think is happening here. somebody finds you, if this is resonating with you, especially if you're a feminine energy or you've been ever called a siren or you really resonate with sirens, somebody finds you like entirely desirable. I mean, like, it's almost unbearable. It's definitely obsession. I'm not saying it's positive or negative. I'm just saying it's definitely obsession, and they're driving themselves crazy. I don't even know what you think of this person, but by the looks of what I'm hearing this person say, this feminine energy say, it's almost like thanks but no thanks, or I'm not interested. Like, if that's how you're gonna approach me, like that, no. Like, no. That's a hard pass for me. That's a no. It's just a no. And so, it's almost frustrating to this individual. It feels like sexual frustration. It feels like clenching of the teeth, like painful orgasms of self-induced pleasure. I don't know. It's almost like somebody's been like really restricting. I was gonna say restricting themselves, but then restricted was trying to come out. So I don't know, maybe this person's not restricting themselves. Maybe they are being restricted by another, and they are not supposed to approach this person, and that is why there's this discreetness to it, because instead of being open and honest and like more forthcoming where they're at, they're wanting to almost like dabble in the forbidden, meanwhile not really affecting where they're at. But a lot of them, that's not necessarily the story. That is for some, but for others, they're restricting themselves for some reason. Like they almost are like, I want you to be the one. But the problem is, whoever's trying to summon this feminine energy, who was like walking outside really slowly, and it just kind of I'm trying to compare it to something like her movements. It's like I'm thinking of a video game. I'm thinking of a video game and a movie. It's coming to mind now. The video game I'm thinking of, I think, is Resident Evil, and it's got Mother Miranda in it. The way she moves is very much like this woman moves in my mind's eye. She also moves very similar to Angelina Jolie in the movie Beowulf, when she's coming out of the water. You guys remember that? What was I gonna look up? I don't remember. Resident Evil. Yeah. Mother Miranda is the leader of a cult known as the Four Houses. She rules supreme over a village of Eastern Europe. She's kind of like a witch. Maybe this feminine comes off like a siren. There you go, yeah. Or a witch. Or like she's out, like she's very different, and somebody can tell, but they can't tell what it is because they don't know her. But they know she's into something, or that she is something. I don't know, and they shouldn't, and they shan't, but they do, and they want, and they can't, but they can't. They want to. She has caution tape energetically all around her, at least to whoever this is. Whether it's because this person is just like, God, I could get fucking lost on you. Or this person could be, like, she could be forbidden because this individual is not supposed to do these things. I don't know. I can't tell. Either way, it's like, I don't know. I feel like somebody's lusting after you. It's more than lust, honey. It is more than lust. Oh, God. Yeah. And why the fuck do they sit in the dark and just watch her? Like, they do. They sit in the dark and watch her. They turn their lights off and sit there and fucking watch her. She knows it, too. Like, she fucking knows it. This is a feminine energy who knows that somebody sits in the dark and watches her. Now, does this mean somebody actually sits in the dark somewhere and watches her? Yes. Does it also mean, or can it also mean that it's like somebody's on the internet watching her in the dark, incognito, or using other forms or something? Yes, it could mean anything, but in the dark could just mean they're not trying to be seen and make it obvious. They want to, like, it's like a voyeur. They just want to watch her. Oh. Emphasis on watches, like an actual wristwatch. What else did I say? Beowulf. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie, but I'm pretty sure Angelina Jolie, she's like this character in the movie, and she comes out of the water and she's walking really slowly. That's the energy here. Let's see. Yep. Yeah. What is she, an animal? She's like an animal. And I said it sounds like she's oh, that's creepy. I straight up, did I not say it sounds like a horse kind of slowly walking? Well, in Beowulf, I'm looking at the picture here. I'll screenshot it and I'll put it up here, guys, so you can see it. This is her coming out of the water. It's really good. She comes out of the water and it looks like she has a tail. And she has these feet that are, it's like animal feet, like built-in heels to her feet, and she's naked and gold. Wow. I don't know the story of Beowulf. I don't even remember this movie. I just remember her because, well, like, she's fucking gorgeous. You know? And I was like, man, it was so good. Beowulf looks pretty good too. This could be like two really attractive fucking people. Like two very attractive people. You and whoever this is. Now we should all watch Beowulf. That is what I'm seeing. That type walking. I mean, I couldn't give a better example. It's that. Think of that. Maybe you can find a clip somewhere. If I find a clip or I think about it, I'll put it in the comments of where she's coming out of the water. That's what I'm seeing here. But somebody doing it like outside, and it appears that way. It's very seductive. That's the word. It's very seductive, but she's not trying, but she just is. This is somebody who's just, they just are this way. In fact, they're not even looking for anyone. You know what I mean? It's almost like, doesn't he go into her cave? Is that what it is? Like, she's in there and he goes over there to her. It's like, I'm over here in my territory. You came over here to me. Like, no. No. Yeah. Emphasis on bats, owls, the moon, seduction, lust even. I could see that. I don't get a sex vibe here. I just get desire. Magnetism. Lust, like a lustful eye. That's what I get. That's what I'm feeling. Oh, wow. I don't know. This is gonna be another video in the future. I can tell. We're gonna pick up on this again. We're gonna pick up. You think this is the end? We're going to pick up where we left off. This is not over yet. There will be some type of connection. There will be some type of communication between these two, and it will not be, I'm telling you, it will not be the siren person. It will not. No. I'm here, not anymore. Like, maybe this is someone who is just nice, but they're not going to do that no more. Like, they're going to literally, like, act like they hear nothing. Like, it will have to be the other individual. I don't know. I just get that this person is so unfazed. The feminine energy is very unfazed. Just very like, nope, like almost has like this glass case around them. Like they are aware of all of their surroundings, intuitively, physically, in all ways. I would say this could end up being a little bit something we need to tread carefully around, because especially if there is anyone else lurking in the shadows with these individuals who could tend to be a bit possessive and jealous. They won't see fault in the person for their lustful eye. They'll see fault in the person who is being lusted after. They'll see it being their fault only. Ultimately, that person will get the blunt end of the stick, and the other will be pardoned. Ultimately. Alright guys, well, damn. Thank you for being here with me.